Hi, Steve from Chorus Guitar, and today we're going to be having a look at this amazing little Valeton GP-5 pedal. Now there are shed loads of videos on YouTube about this pedal showing you all the sounds and all the functionality, but I want to know, can you gig it? So without further ado, let's go and test it out. Right, so as we can see, the pedal has got a screen on it. It's got an illuminated foot switch, and it's got a volume and a parameter dial. Now the parameter dial works like a button as well, so you can adjust certain things within the pedal. Most of it is done on a phone app though, and you can get it in iOS and you can also get it in Android. I use the Android version and it links via Bluetooth. Now if you press the parameter button down and hold it down, the Bluetooth will flash, and then beyond that, if we press it down longer like I've just done, we end up with some parameters that we can change. And I'm just going to zoom in on that so that you can see it a bit better. Okay, now it might look a little bit blurry. It's just the way that I'm just trying to get it into focus with the camera, but this pedal is so small, it's quite tricky to sort it. Okay, so what we've got here, we've got the input level. We've got a no cab function, which is basically if you are putting this through a guitar amp, you might want to turn the cabinet emulation off within the pedal. I've tried it with both going through a guitar amp and it sounded fine. So that was cool. So not to worry there too much. Okay, I'm going to move on forward. The foot switch mode. Now this is probably the most important thing when it comes to using this as a live gigging pedal. Because all I want really is a clean, an overdrive and a solo. You know, that's all I really need. Okay, so I'm going to set that up in a minute so you can see how I do it and how it works. Okay, you've also got record levels, Bluetooth record levels, monitor level, I presume that means. Language in English at the moment. You've got a reset, so you can reset the pedal, and there's an about thing to tell you what, I think it tells you what the firmware is actually on that. So at the moment, the foot switch is set to 0 to 99 for the presets. You get 50 presets which are factory, and you get 50 presets which are user. So there's quite a lot of memory in this. That's pretty cool. Now I'm going to press this mode button here, and it takes that white box away. And then what I do is I'm just going to turn the parameter dial, so 0 to 9 if you just want 9, and then I'm going to go to the A to Z. Now the A to Z allows you to assign letters to your presets, and I've just assigned 3 letters, so an A, B, and a C, and that's how I'm going to use it. I just want it simple. I don't want to be cycling through lots of things, when I'm gigging. So let's have a look at that. I can go to my preset if I wish via here, or I can use the main screen. Oops, today, excuse me, messing about there. And I have just gone to my clean patch. Now you can see it's showing A. Excuse the Bluetooth flashing on and off there, but it's showing my clean patch there. Now all I need to do is press the foot switch button, and it will take me to my dirt patch or my overdriven patch. Now I'm going to press it again, and that takes me to my solo patch. Now when I press it again, it goes back to A, which is absolutely fantastic, and that's just what I want when I'm going to gig. Right, so as we can see, I've popped the GP5 next to my phone, and as you can see, my phone's quite a bit bigger. Now what you do is you press in the parameter button here, and you get the flashing Bluetooth. Now when you look at your phone, you will see a picture of the pedal, you'll see an information thing, and then you'll see this little icon. Just press that little icon, and you'll see that it now shows GP5BLE. Press that, and then press connect device. Suddenly we are greeted with what looks like a pedal board and an amplifier and cab and whatever. And this is where you can adjust all your patches and parameters and presets. There's patch settings at the top here, which we can click on. And these little icons, little blue icons, you can turn them on and off. So you can turn effects on and off by using the main button on there. So that's really cool. Anyway, I'm more into this A, B, and C idea. So I've got 3 separate patches, or 3 separate presets, whichever you want to call them. So when I press my A button, which I have at the moment, this is what my clean looks like. Now, you'll notice that the amplifier here is crossed out, and so is the cab, because I'm using what they call NAM profiles, which you can load into this unit, and you can also load into it IRs as well, so you can put speaker IRs in as well, which is really cool. I will put a link about NAM profiles that you can download onto this unit in the description as well, so you can do that as well. Now, when you're thinking, well, what's he on about? It's basically, imagine like a sample of an amp and a cabinet. You can load it into this little Valeton. It's quite astonishing what you can do with this unit for the money. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm popping the GP5 through a Hughes & Kettner Grandmeister 36 on the clean channel. I've turned everything off, like reverbs and everything, so everything you can hear is from the GP5. That is in turn going into a Marshall 1936 2x12 cabinet, and I'm just miking it up with an SM57 into an audio interface for this purpose. So let's have a listen to what it sounds like going through an amp. And I'm going to go through my 3 patches, my 3 presets, A, B, and C, and then you can hear what it sounds like. Here we go. That was quite seamless. That was brilliant. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have a listen to what it sounds like going just into an audio interface. Now, I've tested it on my Yamaha DXR12, which is you could call it an FRFR. So it's very flat response, powered speaker. And also, if you're playing live, you'll find that if you turn the high frequencies down a little bit and your bass frequencies down a little bit, then it will sound better when you turn the volume up. Because what we get is what's called a Fletcher-Munson curve, and that is where your brain gets fooled into thinking when it gets louder, not only your brain, the audience's brain as well, obviously, when it gets louder, the high frequencies go up and so do the bass frequencies. So everything sounds over, too much of each frequency. So what I do is I kind of just turn down my frequencies a little bit. So when I do play it loud, it kind of evens it out. Okay, so that was going through the amplifier. Let's have a listen to what it sounds like going out of its headphone output into a audio interface. Right, so we've had a listen to the GP5 being mic'd up from an amplifier. Now it's time to have a listen to what it would sound like into an audio interface if you were recording it, or possibly if you were going into a mixing desk and you're using it out front. I would use in-ears, and what you could do is, because it's only got one output, you could use a little DI box like the Behringer. I think it's a DI20 I bought, so you can plug one output out of your GP5 into the input, and then it splits it, so you can have 2 separate channels with which to mix on, one for your in-ears and one to go out front of house if you wish to do that when you're gigging. That's what I would do personally. Right, okay, so let's have a listen to some of the sounds. I'm using a Fender Telecaster. It's a light ash Telecaster. There's a review on my channel about this. It's a fantastic guitar. It's been modded and it's beautiful. Okay, so anyway, here is the clean sound going into an audio interface. funk. On the back pickup. Okay, onto that dirt sound. So I'm just going to press on my pedal again to go to the B parameter, to the B preset, and here is the dirt sound. Remember, 65 quid. That's all it cost. £65. Onto one of the, I'll put on the skinny single coil at the front. Okay, and onto the C sound, which is my solo sound. What more can I say? Would you gig it? I'd certainly have it in my toolbox, you know, in case my Helix went down, or if I was doing a small gig, I might just take it along for the fun. It's a very, very cool pedal. It's virtually completely made out of metal. It's very robust, well made, ridiculously cheap. It's even got an audio interface in it. Check, as I say, you can check on YouTube for all the sounds within, and you can also adjust the presets as well, as I've found, and you can save them into the user presets as well. Buy one. I did. I was thinking and ahhing about it. I thought, can I borrow one from a local music shop to do a review with it? And they don't stock them. So I looked on Amazon. I was like, I might as well just buy one. And I'm glad I did, because it is one of the best purchases I've made in a long time. Anyway, I'm Steve from Cool Riffs Guitar. If you can subscribe, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Or you can buy me a cup of coffee with the little thanks thing in there. Press the notification bell for more content. And I'll see you soon. You take care. Bye-bye.